Family Affair was a beloved American sitcom that premiered on CBS in 1966. Brian Keith, who had previously starred in The Parent Trap, played civil engineer Bill Davis, who as a bachelor was trying his hardest to live his best life. He lived in a luxury penthouse condo on Manhattan's Upper East Side. Sharing his abode was Keith's British butler Giles French, played by Sebastian Cabot. His life got turned upside down when in walked three young people, 5-year-old twins Jody and Buffy, and their 15-year-old sister Cissy. Reluctantly, Bill, as their only living relative, invites them into his home and takes care of them. What followed was a light-hearted sitcom that dealt with the evolution of the trio of orphans' integration into Bill's lavish uptown life. In the half-century since Family Affair came to a close, the majority of its cast members have passed away. Join Facts First as we explore how each Family Affair cast member died and what they ended up doing career-wise before meeting their ends. Sebastian Cabot, Giles French. This English actor was born Charles Sebastian Thomas Cabot on July 6, 1918. After dropping out of school at 14, Cabot began working at a local mechanics garage while also working as a valet and chauffeur to British actor Frank Pettingell on the side. This job led to Cabot developing an interest in acting as well as cooking. Lying about his experience, Cabot got a job working at a repertory company. Despite being awfully proud of himself for finding work, despite not having any training, Sebastian was fired on his first day of work. But his ambition remained intact. In time, his confidence led him to score a role in 1935's Foreign Affairs. The following year, he had a credited role in the spy film Secret Agent. For the next couple decades, Cabot primarily acted in the UK. After arriving in the US, he appeared in films such as Westward Ho!, The Wagons, and The Time Machine. Throughout the 60s, he was a frequent guest star on a number of TV shows. His most notable TV show prior to Family Affair was as a regular cast member in the detective series Checkmate, which ran from 1960 to 62. In 1966, he landed the role of Giles French in Family Affair and stuck with it until the show's finale in 71. Throughout the 60s and 70s, Cabot worked extensively as a voice artist, primarily in Disney productions. Some of these include The Jungle Book, The Sword and the Stone, and Winnie the Pooh. From 1972 to 73, Cabot portrayed Winston Essex in the horror series Ghost Story. He followed that up with an unforgettable performance as Kris Kringle in 1973's Miracle on 34th Street. After suffering a stroke in 1971, he had another one in 77 that claimed his life at age 59. Before we tell you more, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Brian Keith, Bill Davis. Keith's acting career spanned 6 decades. Throughout that time, he appeared in a number of Disney films, including The Parent Trap and Johnny Shiloh. In 1966, he appeared in the comedy The Russians Are Coming, The Russians Are Coming. A decade later, he played Theodore Roosevelt in The Wind and the Lion. On TV, Keith is best known for playing the bachelor turned reluctant adoptive father Bill Davis on Family Affair. Years later, he played a tough-as-nails retired judge in the drama series Hardcastle and McCormick. From 1972 to 74, he starred in The Brian Keith Show, a sitcom where he portrayed a pediatrician who headed a free clinic on the island of Oahu. Keith got his start on Broadway, making his debut in 1948's Mr. Roberts. His first film role was in 1957's Dino alongside Sal Mineo. His last film role was in 1997's Rough Riders. In June of that year, at age 75, he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound at his home in Malibu. It's believed he chose to take his own life after being diagnosed with cancer. It's also reported he was dealing with financial troubles and depression in his final days. Maureen O'Hara, Keith's lifelong friend and former Parent Trap co-star, believed Keith's death was accidental. She claimed Keith often liked to show off his firearm collection and speculated he accidentally pulled the trigger while cleaning one of his pieces. Anissa Jones, Buffy Davis. Jones was born in Lafayette, Indiana on March 11, 1958. When she was 8 years old, she was cast as Family Affair's Buffy. Sadly, that was one of the only roles she ever played. Outside of guest appearances on talk shows like The Merv Griffin Show and The Dick Cavett Show, Jones's only other acting role was playing the character Carol Bix in the Elvis Presley-led movie The Trouble with Girls in 1969. Around noon on August 28, 1978, after spending the previous evening partying with her boyfriend, Alan Butch Coven, in the beach town of Oceanside, California, Jones was found dead in a bedroom belonging to the father of one of her friends. Her autopsy report indicated her death was caused by a drug overdose. Later, it was determined the death was accidental. She was only 18. Heather Angel, Miss Faversham. Heather Angel played Mr. French's friend Miss Faversham on Family Affair between seasons 1 and 5. Some of her other notable roles included playing Mrs. Darling, Wendy's mother, in 1953's Peter Pan, and voicing Alice's sister in 1951's Alice in Wonderland. Her career began on stage in 1926. She made her Broadway debut, appearing in a production of Love of Women in 1937. A few years before that, she appeared in her first film, City of Song. Angel remained active as an actress until 1979. Her final role was in the film Backstairs at the White House. In 1986, Angel died of cancer in Los Angeles. John Williams, Nigel Niles French. This Tony Award-winning British actor is best remembered for his role as Chief Inspector Hubbard in Alfred Hitchcock's Dial M for Murder. He also gave a notable performance in Billy Wilder's 1954 film Sabrina. On Family Affair, Williams played the second Mr. French during the show's first season. Born in Buckinghamshire, England in 1903, Williams began his acting career in 1916, appearing in stage productions like Peter Pan, The Ruined Lady, and The Fake. After moving to New York in 1924, he began appearing on Broadway. Over the next 4 decades, he appeared in more than 30 Broadway plays. He made his Hollywood debut in the 1930 film The Chumps and continued to appear in films and TV shows, mostly in supporting roles, until 1978 when he retired. Williams died of heart failure at age 80 on May 3, 1983 in La Jolla, California. Nancy Walker. Born in 1922 to vaudevillian parents, Walker made her first appearance on the NBC radio program Coast to Coast in 1937. She went on to have a long, successful career in the entertainment industry that spanned nearly 6 decades. She worked as an actress and comedian on the stage, screen, and television. She later took a stab at filmmaking, directing films and TV shows, most notably lending her skills to The Mary Tyler Moore Show, where she also made a handful of appearances as a guest star. Later on, she became a recurring character on The Mary Tyler Moore Show's spin-off series, Rhoda. Her most memorable role was that of Mildred on Macmillan and Wife. On Family Affair, Walker played the character Emily Turner during the show's 5th season. The 4'11" actress died of lung cancer at age 69 on March 25, 1992. Now it's time to hear from you. Who was your favorite character on Family Affair? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.